Hello, everybody, and welcome to Mass Effect. All right, so last session, just as a quick reminder, y'all called up for, Rick's friends, helped her out, and that sent you over to Omega. And you talked to somebody over in Omega.
You sound so enthusiastic.
Talked to Arya, and she was like, "Do a job." You guys are like, "Okay, cool." And so you did a couple of like space.
If we have
to. And now here you are, zeroing in.
We got a bitchin' spaceship on loan.
A beach. Oh my god! I knew I had forgotten something.
I was gonna ask, but you were so busy with things, and it's like,
busy with things. We were just bullshit for like the longest time. We were just sitting around talking.
You had a busy week, Scott.
I did have a busy week, but that doesn't change that we were just totally just bullshitting for the longest time. Oh god, hold on. Give me 1 second, Frank. Nope. What's your name? Rick. Rip.
Hi, I'm still here.
Frank and Rick. I don't know if you could find two more different people.
But I always confuse their names. Always confuse their names.
That's just dad brain.
Yeah.
That happens when you become a parent.
To be fair though, I always did that even long before I was a parent.
You can never remember Eric's name.
You know what?
You have a lot of brothers.
Susan has a weird name. It's hard to hold on to, So, all right, anyways, are you ready there, Rick? And it's PDF page, what page is this? 103. Because, I'm terrible.
Sure will.
Tell me something I don't know, like the weapons for this ship.
Oh, hey, it's pretty decent.
No.
All right, so you do have a sand thrower, of course, because having a flak weapon is always a good thing. You do also have the polyspectral MES beam, which that is awesome because that has the armor piercing built into it. And the last one that's on the ship was the yep, there it is, the mag spike array, which that's your limited ammo one out of the 3 weapons. It's also flag. It also has an AP-10, but it has ammo limit of 5. So
cool.
It's like the one where it's like, do I use it all at once? Okay. Oy vey. Wow, what a week. So
what a wonderful world.
Let's not get too far. Let's not.
It was obviously sarcastic.
Just in
Obviously.
case. All right, so I will leave you guys to entertain for 2 seconds because I gotta go grab something for 1 second.
All right. Hey, chat. How are you?
There you go.
Hey,
Because I'm terrible.
How has your day been? Your week? Tell us.
Let us know. Send the forms to www.scott.com.
I stayed up to like 4 a.m. last night, and I got up at 7. So that's where
That's
I'm at
not
right now.
responsible.
It's not.
Not good adulting.
I know. I usually go to bed so early too.
Yeah.
I was binging Netflix. That's what happened.
What were you watching?
Garbage show.
Like actually a show about garbage? Because
No,
let me know.
that would be interesting. No,
I mean, Ollie watched show about preppers. He watched
and I
it.
really
I'm
hated
still
it.
watching the show about preppers. I'm not done with it yet, and it's so good.
That would be much better than what I watched. So I'm not gonna lie, I got through all of it just so I could talk about it with Eric. And I hated every minute of it.
What show?
It's 13 Reasons Why.
That's
very
on my list. I
It's
hear it's good,
controversial,
but you
but
you don't seem to
good-ish.
think so.
I've never even
The
heard of
second
it.
season was actual hot trash.
That is what I've heard.
It is absolutely terrible in so
Like
many ways.
a show clearly designed to be a thing, and then they're like, "Oh, you've got funding for a second season." They're like,
And they set themselves up for a 3rd season.
Oh,
Because
I
unnecessary.
hate that when like it's a show's like, here's a thing, we did it. Oh,
They-
you got a second season. We're gonna plan to go
plot was
forever,
sloppy.
and they don't.
Yeah, the plot was sloppy and awful, and they left tons of things like unresolved, but like in a really unsatisfying way. And then they introduced a bunch of new shit in the second half of the last episode, and it was just so shoehorned in. It was so terrible. We can talk about it in the Discord if you guys want.
Okay.
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
There we go. Sorry about that. I just had to do because usually I do a standing stream in the morning, and so I was like, oh, my computer will be able to. Nope, it wasn't ready for it. So I'm good now. Sorry about that.
Did you fix your chair?
Oh, my chair has been mostly fixed for a very long time.
That's
Okay?
not fixed.
It's been mostly functioning for a very long time. All right. Anyways, okay, cool. So the last session finished off. Sorry about that. The last session finished off with you guys literally flying in, radioing over to the human vessel that has mostly Taurians in it. Yes? No, the Taurian vessel has mostly humans in it, and being like, hey, we're here to assist you. And so, as I had said, they moved in such a way that made it obvious that you were coming. And so, of course, there was a bit of a reaction. And we're actually literally starting off this session right now with you guys going to be doing combat. So, 1 second. So to make sure that one of these ships you can actually control. So the way combat works, as a reminder, you guys as individuals don't matter. You can choose who does what, so long as you're good to go. So this little guy right here on the map, just so you have something to click, I'm going to give control of that to Ollie, so that you can roll the initiative for it. Hold on 1 second.
Ships don't have initiative.
Yeah.
They just have speed.
The pilot rolls for initiative.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
go first.
I was reading this.
So-
It seems every time I read a rule for Star Wars number, I'm like, this is how it works. Someone's like, no, it's not. I'm like, it's so annoying because
I
I'm
won't
reading it word for word, and I'm just obviously not learning anything.
So, why don't you do me a favor, Ollie? Wait, who's the pilot? Ollie's the pilot. Roll me your initiative, but it's going
Aaron's
to be
the pilot. So
my apologies, Aaron. Why don't you roll for me initiative? You can.
Did I hit my token first or no?
The token you're gonna have is this little piloty thingy. Give me 1 second.
I can't find anything.
Give me 1 second.
Because it doesn't exist, that's why I can't find it.
Well, it's on the map in front of you. It just looks like a little ship. I just have to find out what the hell's your name. Lucinia. There we go.
Wow.
Alright, I think I found it.
Okay.
So when I click on
God, he doesn't know anything.
That one
his
right there.
name.
I know.
That'd
Okay.
be a good start.
Yeah, that is a wonderful way to start it. And hold on 1 second.
We're coming to help.
There we go.
Eventually.
Yeah. And then NPC rolls. Unnamed NPCs. There we go. So I just have my my 4 on the PC. If you're not like already preset, sorry, the laptop if you're not already preset, it's kind of a pain in the butt. But I'm there now. Okay.
That's fine. It's just one of those sessions. That's okay.
Yeah.
We
So-
like those sessions.
Oh Jesus! A 9 and a 7. So the 9's going to the baddie, and the 7's going to your allies.
Oh yeah.
And drop down. There we go. Now we're good to go. So the initiatives are going to be 9 for the bad guys, 7 for the people you're trying to defend, and a 3 for you. Like I said, we're jumping right into a combat this session. So unfortunately, the initiative you guys rolled was not very high. All right. So as you described at the end of last session, your plan was to more or less swoop right in and start attacking at them, to approach them and attack. The AC for your ship, just so you're aware, is an 18. Okay? So as you're swooping in and approaching this vessel that's in front of you, it's actually going to spend its turn to maneuver in such a way as to cause you to need to engage with it in a very, very up close dogfight style fight. So long range guns aren't going to be as effective. You're going to need to engage with it in dogfighting. The way it does this is as you guys are coming towards it, it actually uses the cover of your allies, swooping around them and underneath, and then blasting forward at very high speeds. That unless you guys were able to like full stop or retreat or something, you're going forward. You're going to need to engage them in a dogfight, either that or leave yourselves open to attack. That's how it reacted. Your allies, seeing the ship swoop around it and the fact that it is open from behind, do me a favor, please, Ollie. Roll me a sensors check.
I'm working on it. I'm opening every wrong character sheet right now.
That's literally what I was just doing a minute ago. And I was like, I'm just going to flub and waste time and figure out what's going on.
Oh, it's fine. Who needs to move very quickly? No point.
I was like, I don't know what I'm doing right now.
Right now, but +1 because I saved 1 processing.
And don't forget, you're not on your ship, so you don't get the little bonus thing.
Yes.
Oh, 8's still pretty good. Okay, cool. So with your 8 perception, you can actually tell that what that ship that behind you is doing is clearly they're just spending a round redistributing their power, trying to get like their shields set in a way that's going to defend them to their front. But the reason why I'm specifically saying their front is you can also see that they're aligning their vessel to make sure that their best weapons are in fact aimed forward. So they will be able to like kind of, throw spitballs into the fight that you're about to get yourselves into. That's something that you can kind of pick up based off of the readings you're getting off of the ship. Okay? It's now going to be you guys' turns. What's the plan here? What's your goal?
So I was gonna support department, and I think we should support the gunnery.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, you can just fire away at him. That'll give you 2 CP. So we can do me.
That's cool.
And then Ollie, is there anything you want to do?
I mean, I can generate 3 CP easily because every spare department is me right now. So if you want to do something else, I generate 3 CP.
I could generate 1 even, and we could fire all guns for 4.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I'm not sure if you can act as all 3 departments though, unless it's generating CP.
Well, that's what I assumed was how it worked.
He is currently generating CP through all 3 departments. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think Scott wouldn't let me be every department in the same turn, and I wouldn't have asked for that anyway. But I think for CP purposes,
Does CP carry over to the next turn, Scott?
no.
No, it does
No.
not. Yeah. So
Does not, okay.
you have to generate this turn for.
So it doesn't matter. I could do 1, you could do 3, and then Carmen can fire all guns.
Well, when you do support department, don't you more or less reduce the cost of something by
2.
Yeah, which effectively
Yeah,
is
it's
like
a 0
generating 2.
CP move that reduces it by 2.
So does that mean? So that means that if you're reduced by 2, fire all guns becomes. I'm just looking at the rules right now.
Becomes 1.
That would be 1
Becomes
CP.
and then you're generating 3. So I think you could technically. Where is it?
I mean, if there's something I can do for 1 instead of generating CP, but then I have to generate CP for him to use it anyway, so that would just be what we do.
Oh, you know what
That's
he
what
could do? What he could do with that spare 1, because fire all guns goes from 4 to 2, and you're generating. So he actually could target systems as well.
If you wanted to target systems with well, the target systems is explicitly for 1 weapon, not for all of them.
Yeah.
And you could also do things like pursue target. No, those are.
If I think this is what we're doing.
Okay, no problem.
I think I'm giving him the all weapons hot.
Awesome. Sounds great. Sounds sexy.
Right. Sure, let's fire everything. Why not? We've got 5 rounds of ammo for the mag spike array anyway.
Not a problem.
So I'm just gonna roll this button here 3 times and then roll different damages depending on what the outcome is because the sheet is still screwed up.
Yeah, I know. It's one of those things where I looked at the code a bunch of times and cannot fix it. Literally cannot fix it. And I think it has something to do with the with actual roll 20, not with the code because it works for obviously the rest of your guns, right? So, anyways, the one last thing, the pilots. Could you please just make me a piloting check to engage into the dogfight and see if you have advantage, disadvantage in that dogfight?
Yeah. Sorry, what do we make a piloting check?
Correct. That's intelligence or dexterity. Your call.
I wonder what I will choose.
I'm going to assume intelligence because you're wicked smart. So you make your piloting check. So as they come flying towards you, looking to engage in the dogfight, what's his name there? Icarus realizes what's going on, kind of like throws the information over to you guys digitally. Glancing this and seeing like the trajectory, Aaron, Lucinia is able to fly forward and to engage into like a lock. So it's, as you guys are coming forward, you engage yourselves into the dogfight, rising up so you're almost belly to belly. Engaging with one another. So you are welcome to open fires there, Rick, because she engaged well enough.
Alright, I'm gonna roll 3 times. First one is the sand thrower, second one is the MES beam, and the third is the mag spike array.
Okay, before you even roll this, let me say one more time. I'm so sorry. So just so everybody understands the way that dogfighting works in Mass Effect. So they engaged in dogfighting. Dogfighting is actually a very long and arduous process. Each ship has what's called a Guardian system. The Guardian system is something that's specifically designed to negate all incoming attacks. So it's not like as soon as the two sides engage with one another, all of a sudden like boom, 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 I blew up in one round, yay! It actually becomes this again an arduous process of several minutes of blasting fire back and forth at one another, trying to get even just one shot off of the other hull without the Guardian system shooting it down. So the attacks that he's making are actually representing about 15 minutes worth of just open firing and just releasing weapons, trying to outsmart the Guardian system. So it's more a matter
It's basically a bunch of jousting, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And it's less a matter of I just shoot good and more a matter of I code very well to hit the right trajectory, right? So please, Rick, make your attacks. Now, you have flak emitter. You know what I didn't ask you, even though all your attacks are pretty good? I didn't ask you in which order the weapons were going to be fired moving forward. So.
I literally just specified that to you a minute ago.
I scotted. Sorry, go ahead.
Right. The first one was the Sand Thrower, the second one was the MES Beam, and the third was the Mag Spike Array that I will use my ability to make it hit.
Ah, you fucker. Okay, so actually all three of those are going to be hits then. That's absolutely insane. So please, sir, take it away with all of your damages.
So this is the Sand Thrower damage. It does not have any AP.
It does not, no.
So that does nothing pretty much.
Correct.
Then we've got the MES Beam with AP 25, so this will go through all the armor.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. 7 points of damage is a considerable amount.
And then 2d6 plus 2 adds AP 10 for the Mag Spike Array.
Go right ahead. That's beautiful. That is a significant amount of damage that you're able to do right there, sir. Thank you. So again, this is a representative of, as I just stated, about 15 minutes of combat of just straight on blasting at your vessel and their Guardian systems trying to shoot these down. Now, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to use, for the first attack that actually hit, which would be the 7.1, they're actually going to use one of their power. I don't know if you remember this, but they're actually going to use one of their power from their remaining power of their vessel to negate the 7-point damage one, but unfortunately they took the 8-point damage one. And this is something that you guys can do on your vessels as well, with any spare power you happen to have. And if I remember, let's just glance at your vessel really quickly, and then we can stop with all the rules chat. You have spare power 1. So that means you can legit full out negate one attack, not even using a fighter ability, right? Okay, so now it's going to be their turn, and they're going to start opening up their attacks against you. And their attack is going to be... Bam. That's this one right here. Okay. Are we rolling? Okay, just very, very slow. Woohoo! Yeah, an actual hit. And...
Can I use my soldier ability in ship combat?
Yes, you most certainly can. Absolutely, because you're the
can.
pilot.
Okay. I'll make one of those miss.
Okay, so the first one that comes flying in, so the way it works is as their weapons, at the same time that you're firing at them, they're firing at you. You actually cause that attack to miss you because literally just your sheer piloting ability is just amazing. So as the attack is coming through, you can kind of like see it coming. This is actually above and beyond what Icarus was able to detect and help enhance the Guardian system with. You were able to just use your piloting ability to move out of the way of the attack, which obviously isn't curving, right? It's a straight shot. The second attack, that's an 18. That technically is also going to hit. As I said before, 18 JC. I think Rick already used his ability.
Mm-hmm.
So, bear in mind, we have spare... Well, as the captain, you can always nullify a hit and take a crisis instead.
I don't know what that means.
A crisis is a bad
Don't
thing.
worry about it for
A
now.
crisis is a bad thing, but it's not damage.
That's not damage.
Yeah.
Correct.
We can then fix it on our turns, usually as an action involving a check instead of doing one of these things.
Yes.
So instead of
It
and
can
you
be
can do
things
that
like
any
losing
time we're taking
cargo.
damage. You're just like, no,
Okay.
something else
Because
happened.
I wasn't sure if a crisis was like, and life support's gone.
It can be, but
It can be.
But when life
can
support's
be,
gone,
yeah.
you still have breathable air for like a period of time, right?
It's never a thing that instantly blows up the ship. It's something else you have to deal with instead of just, we're shooting.
And
It's
usually,
still bad, but a different kind of bad.
and usually, Twitch viewers can spend daddies to do Crisis Averted, but however, the extension is literally broken this morning. I spent 10 minutes trying to fix it, and it's just broken. So if there's a crisis, there's no aversion. So
We have to do the hard
You're
work.
gonna raw dog this. So
Okay, so I won't do that for now because we're only taking one hit.
okay. And then you also have a spare power if you just want to negate that hit altogether. And that does nothing negative to you whatsoever. It just negates the hit.
We have a spare power, like a spare CP.
More
No, it's a different thing for the
Yeah.
thing doing.
So do you want
The
to
short answer is we can negate one
Yeah.
hit per round with that.
Yeah, well, one hit,
cool.
yeah.
one
Okay.
hit ever.
So you're gonna negate that? Perfect,
Yeah, well,
awesome.
I get that. Yeah. It's fine.
Awesome, sounds great. Okay, so then what happens is your allies ship, what you can see, Ollie, once again with your perception that you had done before, your allies from behind are actually charging up their guns. Have they been able to redistribute their shields, redistribute their power from their fluctuator, and they are charging up their guns to be able to actually engage in combat as well. Could you roll me a, I suppose, perception charisma check, Ollie, specifically, because you're the sensors guy?
Charisma.
You believe that they intends to fire into the melee, into the dogfight. I don't know how you-
Allies.
Well, gee, the powering weapons didn't give it away.
Well, there's a difference between being prepared and actually attacking, right? So you believe that they're actually going to engage in the melee and start attacking. So I don't know how you feel about that. Just make sure you know. All right, now it's going to be the you guys' turn.
I don't
Go
really
ahead,
feel
Rick.
anything.
Go ahead, Rick.
I would let the crew know, though.
Alright,
Not
so
not that I expect there to be a conversation, but you know that it's a thing.
Yeah. So we're
I
gonna do
mean,
the
how bad
gunfire
could it
first.
be?
Yeah, I think we just do the same thing again
Yeah.
in this situation, considering we're just dogfighting.
Go right ahead.
Actually, let me just check a tiny thing. Nope,
Yes,
never
it's
mind.
yourself.
I was just checking to see if there was some kind of like buff I could give to armor. But
There's the sensor ghosting.
that's not.
I
Really,
believe that gives you a +2 to AC for the round.
that doesn't really
that is-
make sense for this context.
Well, you're
I
basically
don't
using
care
your
about them.
programming and
I
stuff to
care
make it
about
harder
our
for their
allies
targeting.
in background. So I feel like that would be worse if we did that from an actual world perspective.
I can give the ship a bonus AC with piloting,
Cool.
That is also true. Yeah, you can go for evasive maneuvers.
but my piloting skill isn't super great.
7 isn't crazy.
No. So I mean, it's up to you guys. We can. I would prefer to just shoot them. I think.
Don't you go shoot ahead. I was just checking if there was an easy peasy lemon squeezy. Shoot them with your guns.
Yeah, we can shoot him again.
Okay, well, that's a hit, miss, hit. That's a beautiful attack again. You feel free to roll damage to the first one. 5 points of damage, unfortunately, with no AP. That's going to do nothing.
Yeah, and then the mag spike array.
Woo-wee! Ouch! Oh, God. Oh, that's a painful one. Oh, Christ. I mean, you didn't destroy the ship, but go ahead. I'm going to allow you to explain the damage on that one, because that was painful. Go ahead, Rick. God
Yeah,
damn it.
I basically, with my initial volley, I try to feel out some of their weak points in their design, and after the first round, it just twigs. There's a moment of realization, and so when we go in for the second joust, I hold my shots specifically until we come up on their 6 and hit them right in an unarmored part.
Yeah, absolutely. And you are tearing into their hull. I mean, they're definitely going to be having some systems problems or whatever. So, so they're clearly hurting. There's no question about that. I'm actually going to have them make a skill check, as they're the ones that are up next after you guys, because hot damn, that was crazy good. 1 second. And, okay.
The fun thing is, we don't actually want to kill all of them.
Oh, yeah. No, you do not. And bam. So what the pilot ends up doing, because they're you just ripped into their hull and did a ton of damage. What the pilot ends up doing in the dogfight is they, as you guys are flying in the dogfight, once again, pretty much belly to belly, sticking with each other, dodging and weaving through space. Occasionally trying to like avoid bits of space matter that happen to be around, and dodging around chunks of rock or whatever that might be just free floating in the area where you guys are, or maybe chunks of their hull. What they end up doing is they end up opening all weapons really quickly to one side of your ship. So you have Lucinia once again has to dodge, trying to avoid that attack. But then they take that same moments that Lucinia tries to dodge and kind of like throws through your sensors and catches you guys off guard a second, where they're able to turn and hightail it out of there. And so the ship is actually starting to fly away as quickly as it can, has disengaged from the dogfight. It is trying to fly away as quickly as it can. And Ollie, make me a perception check, please.
I will point out to the crew that is okay. We don't actually need to kill them.
There's a person on board there, though, that we need.
That's true. But I will remind them we don't want to kill them. We want to take out their engines.
Unfortunately, you're not able to...
Oh, I have an extra +2 on that. I didn't give it, but that's okay. Or +1, but that doesn't really change much.
No, 7's not going to get you the for the result for this. But you can tell that they obviously turned and they're starting to get the flip out of flop. So it's a flip out of flop.
Oh, flip our flop.
So
Wow.
That's a new one.
My brain is so broken.
I've never seen that before.
Hi guys, I'm here. I'm rolling dice. So
Okay.
it's a good thing my character this afternoon is so mellow. So let's see. All right. So anyways, you guys obviously are going to pursue them. So Erin, this actually, if you're the pilot, this actually falls onto your lap where you're going to be pursuing the target.
Okay.
So if you
What do I
could
roll?
pursue target is going to be pilot.
Deck pilot.
Interdex, yep. Oh, that is a really good pilot check. That doesn't even take into effect. The speed of your vessel is really, really, really high. So
Oh yeah, we actually get a bonus for like our speed difference if it's better than theirs.
And your speed difference is greater than theirs. You're actually happy to be flying a better ship than they have by certain details. So you guys, your piloting is genuinely it's surprisingly amazing. So as they go kicking off and whatnot, you recover from their little maneuver that'll slip away much quicker than they expected you to, and just full throttle boost forward and easily catch up to them. You catch up to them in such a way that you align your guns to their vessel. So if Rick wants to have fun, Rick can have fun, except it took 3 CP for you to be able to do that. Ollie, I know that you were able to generate CP no problem. Did you take over as... hold on, let me just check something really quickly.
As engineering?
Because you could have done support department since Aaron was straight pilot. Did you?
I mean, it cost 3 command points for Aaron to pursue, so I hope I did.
Yeah, so you could
support... Yeah, if you do the support department, it would have only been 1.
It would only cost 1. And then you could have generated 2 more CP. Meaning that Rick gets 2 CP left to kind of like fiddle with. But the question is that enough for Rick to do anything? No.
Yes.
Yeah, it is fire one weapon.
Fire one weapon as opposed to targeting systems. But okay, Rick, you can fire 1 weapon. Which weapon?
I'm going to give him the beam.
You want to go with the
MES beam.
Gotcha. Cool. God damn it! God damn it, Rick! I mean, I know you get a +7.
Start rolling crises and ends up getting one where his engine jams. They just stall the ship very embarrassingly in the light.
Jesus Christ. Rick, you were crushing it. What the hell, man? Oh, come on.
I have a very particular set of skills.
Was that the spike?
No, they probably would have blown
beam.
up.
Okay, cool.
Spike would have killed them, yeah.
I was going to say.
Oh, damn it. That was a good roll. Okay, so because of the amount of damage that you've done to him there, you're going to start applying fucking crises to the vessel. Oh, God. Give me 1 second. Ship
Goddamn crisis.
You know what?
I'm making my back fall in.
I'm going to allow Erin to roll me a d10.
Ooh.
A 5. There's a fuel.
Sorry, you do the bell curve thing, right? So
No,
5's
no,
fine. Okay.
No, this is
No, this is just a table to roll on.
It's a
gotcha.
fuel bleed. The ship's fuel tanks have been hold. Emergency events have been force triggered by battle damage. If not resolved by the end of the next round, the ship will jettison all fuel except the minimal amount needed for an in-system operation. Ah!
no jumping for them.
Ah!
Oh, that's good.
That
That's real
sucks. Oh god, that was a really good one, guys. Okay, so let me spin their turn.
That was a good shot.
Yeah.
You just shoot wherever they're storing their fuel and it just starts oozing out.
God damn it! So they have to try to fix that issue. Give me 1 second to set it up, and they're gonna make their check. And that's okay. Here we go. They're gonna try to fix the fuel issue. They don't have 3d6 on this though. Not bad, but I think the DC to crisis averted is a 10, isn't it? Where's the general
I think it might be a
rolls?
9. I'm not sure.
Check
Let me
it right
have
now. Deal with a crisis. Let's
No,
see.
it's against a 10. You're right.
Yeah, it is against a 10, isn't it?
Drama.
Damn it! No! Okay, well, they there was one of their 2 turns to try to not jettison all fuel, and they failed. They're gonna make a piloting check now. Oh, this is not good. Oh god.
They're trying to duct tape up the freaking fuel cell room.
But they continue to use evasive maneuvers to try to see. They used evasive maneuvers last time, which I had doing as a dual thing. 1, try to get away from you guys. 2, increase their AC. But it doesn't matter because Rick rolled a 26. So, all right, they're continuing to try to fly away. However, almost immediately, all of you guys on the sensors can see the fuel pouring out of their vessel. Now, when I say fuel pouring out of the vessel, this is literally a leak in the EZO core. Okay? So that's something to be aware of because EZO cores are very, very, very dangerous. All right, I'm going to leave it to you guys. What are you going to do on your turn?
I could use the beam and target their engines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think this is the time to take the precision shots. They can never get away forever. We can always chase them.
Well, I mean, they could still get away with like evasive maneuvers and
Yeah,
trying
but
to
then we
escape
can
combat.
just follow them. They can't jump away until they fix them.
Another damage to them won't necessarily blow up their ship. It'll do another crisis, right? So
I like the idea of targeting engines. Though.
sure, you go right ahead, sir.
That makes more sense.
Sure.
Hang on, let me.
So, Rick, because of the fact that they did make their check, they did move away. The DC is going to be higher to hit them. The AC is going to be higher.
So
Yeah, they also get
a.
I get a -4 because I'm targeting a specific thing.
Correct. So it's going to be a much, much, much harder shot, and you've already used your ability.
It's almost like Scott doesn't want us to do this,
Oh, it was almost on that 19 again.
even though this is the only way to do the whole plot.
No, it's fine. It was almost on the 19 again. I was scared for a
That
second.
is that's totally cocked.
Yeah, it is, but it's a 9. It's clearly a 9. You ignore the physical damage. You know that.
Wait,
Would you think anyone ever says, "Oh, the roll 20 dice is cocked; it needs to be re-rolled"? What's that? What is that reaction for?
We almost had that. I almost said that the first time it happened. When you corrected me.
I know, and it's absurd.
But a year ago. What was the rule was when we played at a table, like with physical dice.
In a table, it makes sense because there's no machine going.
But we
"That
didn't
dice is
re-roll it.
actually a
My
9."
rule was you weren't allowed to touch the die. You had to manipulate it with something that it's touching, right? So you could bang the table, or if it was like against the box, you could push the box in
I
a way
actually
that
like
felt
that.
favorable.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
So you just couldn't touch it. All right. Anyways, so
I just re-roll it because I'm not insane.
aiming with used 1 to aim with the whatchamacallit, Rick.
yeah, I can fire the mag spike array as well.
Yeah, and you can also make, because she's going to reduce the 1 gun by 2 CP. Can you do that? Can you just do 1 gun and 1 gun? I don't think you can you?
Yeah,
Well, you
Why
won't
not?
have CP to do it because you've already taken your action. as a player. You can't do another thing. You already did a thing.
Which is target and,
really?
and fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Target systems is basically a bonus action for you. You've already done your thing, and that was firing the weapon.
Okay. So that's
That's
gonna
why
be
fire all guns is so
It
good.
says here in the book, every PC can take 1 or more actions per ship round.
1 or more.
yeah. It's remember it's 15 minutes, but the thing is he doesn't have the CP for it.
Actually, my -2 for support department. All he can generate 3.
Okay. I will allow. You
Yes,
know what?
you do.
I'm going to allow what you're saying to be true, but the support department doesn't reduce fire 1 weapon to 0 for all fire 1 weapons, only for 1 shot of it, right? So
Yes,
you
yeah.
go right ahead, sir.
So the next one would be 2, which is exactly how much we had. So it does actually kind of make sense.
Yep.
It does, and if you read like the do your duty command point generating one, it says if you take this action, then you can do nothing else this round. That implies that normally you can do something else.
Yeah. Well, also, I'm even going to retcon it even slightly more. What he did was she reduced it for fire all guns to 2, and then he just did target system fire all guns, but he was only able to target 1 of the guns. You know what I mean? So, Rick, you can actually attack with both your other attacks; they're just not targeted.
Wait, so you're ruling that target systems applies to all the
No,
things?
I
or-
ruled that it only applies to 1 of the guns, which you used for your non-mag spike and non-flak emitter.
Okay, because otherwise, I've got another suggestion. What if we try to use crash systems on comms instead?
Oh no, you already attacked. So crash systems on comms is that's going to be somebody else's.
Well, it's only a -1 to their command points. It's not going to matter much. I already looked at it. There's next to no point.
Equal to
Okay,
your
fair enough.
because your program skill is only 1.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, gotcha. Program is decryption.
I did forget that we leveled up and haven't leveled up. But...
Bad boy.
Well, this is a system that kind of shouldn't have levels, but that's okay.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one wholeheartedly. But okay, go ahead. Make your other 2 attacks, sir. 1 with your flak and 1 with your big gun. Okay, so the big gun theoretically would have hit it. However, they did use evasive maneuvers last round. So they're actually able to avoid the attack of all 3 of your shots against the vessel. So it did not work. They're going to try to fix their system again before they have no fuel anymore. So let's see how that works. Chat, be on my side. Send me your luck. Okay.
What kind of chat would ever support the DM who's outwardly villainous?
It happened last time I was in a Stars Without Number game.
That's the meme, I guess. If you wish it to be
Woo! Thank you, chat. Oh, awesome.
they didn't say anything.
No. I felt it. So the crisis was averted, and it ended the issue altogether. They were able to plug the hole. So did they leak fuel? Absolutely. They definitely bled fuel. How much? Who knows? It's not something you guys have to worry about. Now the pilot is going to continue trying to pilot away. And is continuing to do so. It is you guys' turn. Please pursue.
Isn't it No, never mind.
Please.
Okay, I'm gonna roll my check to pursue.
We don't... Oh,
Right.
did they get away again?
I think so.
Ooh. Yeah. So they are continuing to be far enough away. Rick, what you're going to be working with is all is going to be able to reduce the CP of one of your things by 2, and he's going to be able to generate you 2 more. So you have 2 CP to work with, and one of your things costs...
Wait, were they doing the escape combat thing again?
They're trying to, yes.
Then it should have been an opposed... Oh, no, never mind.
It's not an
The
opposed
opposed
check.
roll was done.
Correct.
Yeah.
No, it says here.
It's not an opposed... Well, it...
Escape combat, roll an opposed int, pilot, or dex pilot checks, plus your ship speed against the fastest opponent skill.
What we've been doing is that you just do a jet check to follow instead.
Yeah.
Which is a thing, but... you know.
You're fine. Don't worry about it. Keep going.
I mean, I don't want to rules lawyer too much.
No,
or
no,
anything,
she's
but-
fine. She's pursuing target. So it's perfectly fine.
It's also an opposed roll.
Yeah.
And it's also with plus speed, but I don't even know what that is, to be honest with you.
Scott has it. He has the ship stats.
Yeah, I have those
So I'm
things.
assuming he's just adding it.
But again,
Yeah.
I've just been doing one, same thing instead of 2 checks, 2 checks, 2 checks, 2 checks,
Yeah.
right? So anyways, Rick, you go right ahead, sir. He can reduce your unless you guys want to do something else. He can reduce your CP by 2 and give you 2 more. Theoretically, you can just fire all guns, or you can target one system and make 1 shot.
I could try shooting the engine again.
Do what you wish.
Okay, let's do that then, with the beam again.
I'm so glad you used your fighter ability early in the combat. But the good news, it actually turned it into a pursuing thing very, very, very quickly. Okay, at this point, because so much has been going on, Ollie, could you actually roll me a perception intelligence check, please? A sensor array check.
Meanwhile, the humans are just sitting there, it's like, oh god, we needed an hour to like relax from being murdered almost.
Ollie, you realize by scanning the ship that's ahead of you, your opponent's ship, and of course they have their EMC and whatnot trying to stop you from being able to do so, but your ship is very advanced, you're able to break through, one of the things that you're able to discover is that they're actually, the way that they're fluctuating their power, redistributing it, they're clearly planning on doing a jump on an interstellar as opposed to a galactic jump. They're clearly planning on jumping somewhere away from where they are right now, and they're pretty close to being able to pull this off.
I don't even remember if it's an option. I feel like we've done it before in another game to chase wakes.
Oh, you'll be able to. Absolutely, you'll be able to.
Yeah, then I let them know, but I don't. There's no really much concern above that.
So with the intention of, if they jump, we just want to pursue them. Do you want to start more or less taking one of your CP and trying to lock on and hold on to that wake so you could just pursue them rather than just fully focusing on this combat? Or are you going to try to end it here now? It'll cost you 1 CP to hold the lock.
No, because I'll just wait until they've gone and then chase the wake afterwards.
Okay, that'll make it more.
That's what I was asking. Not like to trace their trajectory now.
Yeah,
be like if after.
Gotcha. I'm saying that it'd be if you start doing it now, it'll be easier after. If you wait until after, then you're kind of like collecting.
I mean, if I'm going to be doing the like target engine thing specifically, I think we have 1 CP left anyway, so we can do both, right?
Okay.
I mean, sure.
Okay, perfect.
I must be mathsing wrong.
Okay.
But if that's an option, then sure.
All right. So they're going to once again try to pilot away. You guys happen to just be going against a really good pilot. Clearly, you can see the dice. Okay.
I mean, it pays to have a good pilot.
And Aaron, that's going to
Pirates need a good pilot.
That's going to be.
I love
I'm trying
pirates.
to steal a
Pirates especially, yeah.
So we pilot.
But it's true. We need the pilot. Ah! That's okay.
And so they're once again. Actually, that they did not break away even more, because your ship is faster than theirs. And that's the difference right there. So actually, they did not continue to evade and push themselves away and so on and so forth. God damn it. Rick, it is now your turn. Just extended this fight by a little bit longer. God damn it. And with targeting the systems, you're applying your negative, right? You are, yes.
I mean, if that's is that the flak emitter or the beam?
That is the beam.
Yep.
Because the beam has an AP of high.
Yep. AP is armor piercing, but not AC piercing.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And so,
Sorry, I'm in Warhammer mindset. I bought a lot of it. Reading a lot of rules.
And so, Ollie is going to continue trying to like really plot out the trajectory for where it is that they're going. You actually are starting to get a little bit of information. The system they seem like they're jumping to is not one that you're familiar with, but you're still trying to gather the calculations of where it is that their system seems to be lining up. Could you do me a favor, Ollie? Could you roll me a decryption check? Please.
I was going to ask if that system was in our range, but then I remembered we're not flying an ancient rust bucket for once.
Ollie, you were very easily able to lock down what system that they're going to, like what actual solar system they're going to. The next check that you would make would be to kind of like lock down where in that system they would be approaching. That way you're not like, oh.
Do I
on the far
know
side.
anything of that system?
Unfortunately, no data that you're able to pull
Just
up
a
right
star.
now. Correct. And then that's going to be their turn to try to pilot away. At least they're not trying to fix their ship anymore. Okay, here we go. Ooh, no!
Ooh.
No! Wait, what? How did I roll so bad? Oh,
I've got a feeling this pilot's job interview with us is about to go a lot worse.
wait a second. But where's my bonuses? I rolled a 5 and a 2 equals 7. Where's my bonuses?
You can add the bonuses.
No, the bonuses should be there. My pilot skill is 2.
It's on there. It just didn't add them.
Yeah.
But we always take what it says. It says 7. No, that's a 10. It is a 10.
Okay, that's weird.
But you've added an extra plus in there.
Yeah.
It's funny because
the
all
random
I
plus
did
at the end.
all I did was press submit and submit.
That's the thing. You should never submit.
And that time it didn't add the extra plus. That's weird that once again
It's almost like the guy that coded together this character sheet doesn't know entirely what he's doing.
That's a roll 20 thing. No, you know what I'm saying? Like,
A bad
I press the same button every time. Anyways, so go right ahead, Aaron. You're gonna do your post pilot check.
But our ship is faster.
The ship is faster. All right, Ollie is going to continue pursuing, but we're gonna see if Rick can take down their systems first. Rick, you target that one system. You take your one shot. Anybody want to send him luck?
That's not how it works.
I know. It makes me happy. Oh no! Do you have any left in the party pool of luck? You're not looking at the screen, so I'm going to check for you.
I don't know. I think we had 2 left, but it was very hard to tell because...
Yeah.
Hold on.
I think we did have some left.
We never had a good way of counting it.
There is 2 left.
Do it.
Okay, Rick. With 1 left in your party pool of luck, you hit them, sir.
Yeah, now that is gonna be like half damage, I believe, because of the whole targeting.
It's a half
thing.
damage, but it reduces their drive by 1.
Not only does it reduce their drive by 1, so system damage. You're actually
Yeah, do half damage before applying armor, which is irrelevant.
Give me 1 second. I'm trying to read the correct one. Where's engine lock? Crew loss.
Engine lock means you can't do any piloting, any bridge activities.
Gotcha. Okay. So you're just hitting their engines. So not only does your attack actually damage their ship, so they can't make as big of a jump as they otherwise would have been able to do so, but actually, I think you are also able to roll a D10 because you damage their ship even further. Oh, and you're bleeding fuel again! No! Oh, come on!
There's one like Vorcha in the ship that's just like patching up the Ezo core's edge, and it's just like, well, this'll do. And then there's just it gets shot again and just gets sucked out. Like, no, shit.
Meanwhile, our Vorcha is bringing us tea and coffee.
Well, I don't need to do anything anymore. We have a robot. Yeah.
Oh my god.
The best job ever.
Oh god. 1, thank you, Ollie. That was amazing. And 2, what a way to finish the fight. Okay, so you did exactly that. You took out the engines, but in the attack that you used to take out the engines, you just reopens the Ezo core on the other side, completely drains the rest of their fuel. Even if they were able to fix their engines, which would take a considerable amount of time, and Lucinia is already getting you guys locked in on them for like, I could just blow you out of the sky. Even if you guys did, even if they were able to repair it, they can't leave this system. This is going to be like running around the star with you guys following after them, except you're faster than
does
they
this system have...
It's like Mass Effect 3 and the Reapers chasing you all over.
Yes! Yes! Oh god, I hated that mini game every system. I'm sorry, what were you saying, Ollie?
Does this system have somewhere for them to get fuel?
Yeah, there is a. They would be able to purchase fuel on a nearby spot because this obviously, like I said, this had the Torian vessel here, so it's supposed to be a relatively lax area, but not somewhere they could just like fly in and fuel up and like drive out with like the cord still attached. They're gonna have to patch up their ship, and that's gonna take days.
It's gonna take like a long time.
But
So
I don't think that's their.
We could just, like, at this point in time, we could just like open communication lines and be like, "All right, give us JJ."
Lower your shields and prepare to be boarded.
Yeah.
Resistance is futile.
Yeah.
We're just gonna take a quick $5, and when we come back, we're gonna see how you guys handle the rest of this.
Buy me a pint.
Oh God, that was crazy.
Fire and sword.
Fucking Rick. All right, see you guys in a couple.
Xenos Purge incoming.